What up? Back again today. Today I decided to do a video about my wrestling DVDs. Why, you may ask? Because I ended up watching Raw Old School last night, and I brought back all these good old memories of when I used to be. I used to be a fanatic about wrestling. I used to watch it all the time. I never had pay-per-view, so I went to my aunt's house, watched it. I had all the little wrestlers and such. So watching it kind of brought back nostalgia and everything of how I remember it being back in the day. Nowadays, I really can't watch it. Doesn't really catch my fancy. But they brought back the old music and such, some of the old wrestlers. So I thought I'd show off what I do have. I do have some wrestling DVDs, so I thought I'd show them off. But before I get into that, I've been wearing this hat a lot more, so I kind of like it. So I'm going to probably be wearing it in most of my videos. I think it brings out the color of my eyes. So if you were wondering why I've been wearing it as much, it's because I kind of like it. So in most videos you're going to see this. So if anybody has a problem, I'm sorry. But let me get into the video. Like I said, I got a few here. I used to watch it, wrestling that is, religiously. I used to watch it all the time, every Monday night. And then the Monday Night Wars started happening, and that was the best time. I think earlier 90s, like late 80s, early 90s was my favorite. I liked the part with the Monday Night Wars. And then it just got, when it was just WWE now, it started going downhill. But let me get into what I have. First off, I ordered this off Amazon, used. I thought I was going to get the whole little box set and everything, but I didn't get it. The DVDs work, but it would have been nice to get the actual movies or the box set with it. But it's the Rise and Fall of ECW. This is another one. ECW, I didn't really watch too much, but I remember what I did watch. I enjoyed. It was more to the hardcore fan in me, where WWF and WCW really didn't do much in the terms of like hardcore matches and going crazy. ECW was the one that went above and beyond. That pretty much just shows you the rise and fall of it, how it got big, and then eventually money just stopped and kind of just died off. This one here, it's the greatest wrestling stars of the 80s, and it's got Bobby the Brain Heenan, Junkyard Dog, Sergeant Slaughter, Greg the Hammer Valentine, Roddy Piper, Jerry the King Lawler, Arn Anderson, Dusty Rhodes, Steamboat, Ric Flair, Jimmy Superfly Snuka, Cowboy Bob Orton, Iron Sheik, Paul Orndorff, and Hulk Hogan. Like I said, the late 80s is pretty much when I kind of started watching. I was born in 85, so I really didn't start really following it until like the early, like 92, 93. But I remember catching the old school late 80s from, I think, 89 and so on, because I was still very young. But that's pretty much when I first started watching it. And back then it was good because they had a lot more gimmicks, so it was geared more towards children. I mean, some of my favorites, Legion of Doom, Doink the Clown. They had Duke the Dumpster Drosy, a Garbage Man, this guy Man Mountain Rock, this huge guy playing the guitar. So it was more, I think, back then. Nowadays they say it's geared toward children, but I think now, back in the early 90s, it was definitely more, because they had so many of these funny little gimmicks that you can get into, like, more. Like now it's just personalities, which isn't bad, but back then it used to be characters where if you liked the character, you dressed as them and everything. So that was the wrestling stars of the 80s. This one here, I don't even know when it came out. When did it come out? 2000. And it's Beyond the Mat. Pretty much what it is it follows a few superstars. The Rock being one, Mankind, Terry Funk. then it's got these two like up and coming stars that are in independent wrestling, and they're trying to make their way into WWF or I think it was still WWF at the time. But it's a pretty cool little behind the scenes documentary kind of deal. This one I got from my brother, Undertaker 15-0. This one's following his WrestleMania streak. That's when he was only 15-0. I think he's now 20-0 or 21-0. So that was, what, 6 years ago, 5 years ago. Pretty much just shows throughout his matches, who he fought, and how it came to be. This one I liked a lot. I actually watched this last night, and it kind of gave me a little incentive to do this video today. And it's Bret Hitman Hart. Pretty much just, well, it's Bret Hitman Hart, the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be documentary. Pretty much just tells his whole story, how he started with his dad's wrestling company and such, and then Vince McMahon bought that, so then he became one of the bigger stars, and the whole Montreal screw job. This one I like a lot. I didn't watch WCW as much as I did WWF back in the day, or now WWE, but I did watch it periodically when Hulk Hogan went there. That whole NWO storyline kind of drew my attention. That's when I started watching it more. But the rise and fall of WCW pretty much goes through how it was its own little independent thing, and then Ted Turner bought it and then was going head to head with McMahon, and the whole Monday Night Wars thing happened. Speaking about that, I got this one, the Monday Night War. This one I like a whole lot because it goes back and forth between what the two companies did, what their thoughts were behind everything, the whole Attitude Era versus the NWO scene and DX and everything. Like I said, that was pretty much the tail end of when I stopped watching it. I mean, I'll watch it here and there, I'll catch it if I want to, but it doesn't really catch my fancy anymore. This is a decent one. This is my last DVD I have. I expected a little bit more from it. I was expecting different tag teams, but I guess this is what they want, and it's Allied Powers, the world's greatest tag teams. Like I said, it's not too bad, but I was expecting a little bit more. Explanations between whatever. I guess since they had so many tag teams that they only put a little towards the stories. I guess they had probably have different DVDs for everyone, but if they put a little bit more backstory into it, might have been a little bit better. My favorite tag team definitely was the Legion of Doom. Bar none, I think that was the greatest gimmick / whatever. I just love that team. But those are my wrestling DVDs. I know a lot of people love it still. Me, not as much. But the only thing I'm going to say about last night, too, is the best part of it, I think. I mean, it was good leading up to it. It was one of the better ones, better Raws I've seen in a long time. And right at the end, one of my favorite wrestlers came out, and that's Jake the Snake Roberts. When that music hit, I was just stunned. People have said he's coming back and everything, but just hearing his music after all of it, towards the end of Raw, and it's like, okay, well, whoever came out, and then he comes out. So that was the best part of Raw, I think. But like I said, that was my little wrestling collection. Not as much as some people. Some people, pretty much that's all they do is collect wrestling. But I got a decent amount, and like I said, that's the stuff I liked. So if you have anything to say, your favorite wrestlers, give me something. Give me some feedback. Let me know what you like, and view it, like it, do whatever you want to the video, share it, get my name out there. But I'll see you.